Hey guys, this is Lola, but you can call me Lola if you like.
Hi, this is Velisa, and you can call me Vels if you want. And this is the Everybody Hates HR podcast, episode 94.
This episode is brought to you by Deal.
As HR professionals, we know that managing HR for a workforce comes with its challenges. Managing a global workforce, even more so. Using multiple tools for different countries and worker types complicates everything. Costs go up and efficiency goes down. You get the picture.
Deal is here to change that. That's DEEL. Whether you're an enterprise business, a small company, or anything between, Deal simplifies global team management, payroll, hiring, and more.
Deal HR streamlines your global operations with built-in compliance to lower costs and maximize efficiency. With self-serve onboarding, new hires can be up and running in just minutes.
Sign documents, track expenses, and approve PTO in seconds. Plus, with Deal, you can easily oversee global cost reviews, headcount, and more with centralized reporting.
Ready to see how Deal HR can transform your global operations for free? Head to deal.com to book a demo today. That's DEEL.com.
How you doing?
I am not feeling great.
Yeah.
My toddler has passed on whatever he had to me, but I had a good weekend. Like, it was very busy in terms of my niece was round as well, so I had two of them. Mm-hmm. We went to the fun fair, and I was like, wow, when's the last time I came to a fun fair? Like,
I don't even know. They had this festival in the park near me, and it was like a festival. They had a fun fair in there.
Oh, yeah, like I hadn't been in ages, so I enjoyed it. I went on some rides with them and stuff, so it was cute. And then did the podcast, but also actually, why did you look like? Did the podcast the same day I went to the fun fair.
Oh yeah. You said because you said it on the episode.
Yeah, and then one of my son's godmothers, she just wants to keep his food palette open, so she was like, let's open him up to some dim sum.
Oh, cute!
So we went to Ping Pong's Lazy Sundays for him.
I love that. Isn't that what you got? Like 20, 35, or I don't know how much it is now, but you get like
£30 in unlimited dim sum.
Yeah. It used to be 25.
I know, it's gone up, and they used to include more stuff. They were very limited on Sunday, let me tell you. But yeah, he really enjoyed it. He enjoyed his food. It was good.
Variety is the spice of life, you know.
Yeah, exactly. Next stop, rocker.
Yeah, I'm not for wow. You know, let kids have nice things.
Exactly.
But is he gonna know it's a nice thing? You know, there's certain kids you can take them there. They ask you for rice.
That's exactly what my son did. He wanted rice.
That's why I don't like that kind of stuff. You'll be taking them there and experience nice things. They'll be asking you for rice and chips.
It's true. How was your weekend?
Yeah, it was. What did I do? I actually worked a bit of it, but other than that, I literally did nothing. This was good. Besides record the podcast, just chilled with my mans. I'm not feeling very great either, to be honest. My nose is a bit blocked. I was telling you. Telling Velisa that when I was editing the podcast, obviously my nose was a bit blocked last week as well, and I was just breathing. So apologies for anyone. You could just like a creep. Sorry, guys. But yeah, the week has really just started with I'm not doing good work at the moment. I'm just doing sad stuff at work. So
yeah. Well, we're seeing each other again this week.
I know that will pep me up.
Actually, while we're on the topic of that, just so you don't think I'm a snake, so an email came through for what.
So listen, when people say, "Oh," it's like saying, "I don't want to be racist," but it's fucking ninjas.
So, an email came through, and you know the conversation we had was like, you were like, if I open email, you won't see it.
Yeah.
But this one I opened,
okay,
for where we're going on Wednesday.
Okay.
And it said if you want to order food, like. The deadline is today at midnight. So I'm just letting you know that I ordered my foods. If you
okay,
if you want to order food,
it's giving snaky. So when you ordered your food,
no, do you know what? I would have done it for you, but it doesn't let you do two, and I didn't want to pick the wrong option for you, even though I feel like you would get the jerk chicken. Yeah.
How would I get jerk chicken?
Because it's all jerked options. It was jerk chicken, fried fish, or some vegan.
So why are you assuming I would get chicken?
No, we're not doing this. So anyways, I couldn't
that's
order
a microaggression.
I couldn't order it for you because it didn't let me do two. So I'm letting you know that when my fried fish and rice arrives, I've let you know that you can also have the same.
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
Thank you for letting me know.
No worries.
I would never have got fried fish. I'm not really a big fish person.
I love fish.
So you're right about the chicken.
See, I told you.
No, I wouldn't. Okay, fine. Even the fact that those are the options. Anyway.
Yeah, when I saw it, I was like,
who's coming to this?
Yeah, exactly.
Who's coming to this thing?
But it's fine. That's literally what I thought. It's that sort of event. Okay.
Okay, so what's been happening in the HR? I've got a list of things. I'm super organised today.
Love that.
I've got a list of things that I thought we would like to discuss. Under the things says content. Okay, so. Oh yes. So let me find out the name of the company. But I saw this thing and I just thought it was crazy. I'm going to find out the name of the company.
Is it the Australian one?
Yeah. Ooh. So basically, there's a company whose name I'll find out for you shortly. In Australia, they operate in Australia and New Zealand. Are you going to find it? Okay, yeah. They operate in Australia and New Zealand, and they sell adult toys primarily for women. And they, in their list of benefits, there's like all the normal benefits that you would get. But on top of that, they have a benefit called an O break. And obviously the O is for, orgasm. And they basically say once a week, all employees have an O break. And that is supposed to be a break for you to do any sort of self-care you want, but the use of toys is encouraged. So it could be like an hour for you to step away. You might, do something nice for yourself, or you might go and basically masturbate or have sex with a partner or whatever. And they basically encourage that. And when I saw it, I was just like, that's crazy. And obviously they've had a lot of questions about it and people that it's just a gimmick, but apparently it's a real thing. They encourage their employees to do it. They say that they think there shouldn't be a taboo around like pleasuring yourself. And obviously that kind of supports the company and it's in line with their values. So I just feel like how can masturbating be in line with your values? Like that's mad. But anyway,
I think that's nuts. The company is called Girls Get Off.
Yes, yeah, Girls Get Off. Yeah. And I just thought it was crazy. I just thought, why are we like? Is this a recipe for disaster?
The other perks are all right though.
You don't have to use the O break for that, by the way. There's like they say you can use it for anything self-care related.
Yeah, it says pamper yourself in quotation marks.
Yeah.
But they encourage the toys.
I just think that's just. What do you think? In fact,
so how does this work? Like, do I have to be remote to like? Are they saying that you can use the toys on site? Like, I just feel like you're just opening yourself up to a lot of like casework because you still have men that work at the company. And
yes, I know that it's only men, but yeah. But okay, if I was at work in any environment and a man or a woman, but especially a man, came back and told me that they just knocked one out and they just came back in and said, "Oh, I had a great break," I would feel disgusted.
Can you imagine?
I would be writing to HR immediately, expeditiously. I would go home. I would say, I'm too offended to work. Do you know what I mean? I'm too offended to work.
Yeah, that's crazy to me.
What are the rules? That you have to talk about it after?
What I'm saying. There has to be too many rules and regulations around that specific break for it to even like operate at all. Like you can't just say, "Oh yeah, use your O break for whatever you want, including masturbation," and then like that's it. Like you have to have rules and regulations around that.
Like. Also, you don't have to do that during work. Like, we're genuinely not animals. I need people to understand that we're not animals. Like, we can't wait.
But don't you have a team that tries out all the toys? Like, why do you need your employees to do it?
No, I don't think it's really about trying and seeing if they're good. I think it's literally like, we want people to like...
But do you have to include what you sell? Is that necessary?
That's what I'm saying. Are the people at Diageo drinking on their lunch break?
I mean, yeah, but...
To be fair, yeah.
Yeah, they are. They
used to be they actually used to be my client and they have this shop downstairs.
Yeah,
obviously, you're not supposed to be drinking at work, but they have this shop downstairs and you can buy obviously discounted, and then they always like have some under the counter stuff which is like not on sale yet, so you can buy that. But
yeah, no, 100%. My one of my family members works for an alcohol company and they definitely drink on the job.
That's crazy. My old boss, his wife used to work at McCain. They said they had chips at every meeting.
See?
Like cooked like McCain chips at every meeting.
What a dream.
That's not my dream.
That's a dream.
I would not be responsible.
I
would not be responsible. What you don't like? Oh no, you do eat ketchup, but you're the only one who eats ketchup.
Yes. Yeah. Oh, look at that. Good memory.
Yeah, there we go. I know anyone who listens to the podcast will know. But yeah, it's crazy. What do you think could be the potential consequences of that?
So much harassment of some sort.
Minimum, as a minimum.
Do you know what? It would be such as it would be such an off the cuff stupid comment as well. It would be an idiot. I'm targeting men, but it'll be a man coming back to his desk and was like, "Oh, I was just thinking of you. Just had my own."
Oh my God!
Even if they didn't do it, just because they think that is banter, they will say like, "Oh, just thinking of you. Had my O break," and then all hell will break loose. It will be things like that. Or it'll be someone getting drunk and then saying something at a social event and saying, "Oh my gosh, guys, like there was this one time on the O break where I da 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 da."
No, I just feel like no, or like being like, even if he was talking to someone, be like, "Oh God, I have to go for my O break now." Do you know what I mean? It's
terrible. It's terrible.
It'll be crazy.
I get it, but it's terrible. I would like to compare it to like, obviously I'm a child of God, so I only know this company from random stuff coming up.
Of course. You're a married woman. You know that you're a married woman?
I'm also a child of God. But I'd like to compare it to like what Love Honey are doing.
Okay. Okay, go on.
Yeah, like what, what's Love Honey offering in terms of their like, benefits and stuff? Is this an industry, like benefit, and we're just finding out about one?
Someone told me something. I need to just Google that it's true before I say it on the podcast, and people start telling me that I'm spending fake news.
Like what Ann Summers, like, are they doing the same thing? Like,
Okay, so do you know that there's a collaboration between Love Honey and Just Eat?
No, do you know what I did? I think I've seen it.
What is that? Who's doing the marketing for these companies?
But what are Just Eat selling for Love Honey? Okay,
so they're doing Just Eat are doing sex toy delivery, and this is what I'm saying. Like, you're actually not animals. You can wait a day, get it on Amazon. Like what is going on?
Same day delivery.
Or, imagine using your Just Eat app to order toys.
So anyone who does that is a deviant.
Yeah, 100%. Look, I'm not here to kink shame anybody. Yeah, I'm not here to kink. But come on, you must be able to do your kinks. Yeah, any kinks that you like, do them. But surely you can wait. That's the bit that gets me. It's like, is it that deep? Like, when you run out of butter, you might feel, do you know what? I'm gonna have to pay £10 for butter on delivery. Yeah, you might just eat it because you need it for something, but you can actually wait for sex toys.
You can wait.
That's crazy. Anyway, Love Honey and Just Eat. The collaborations are they're getting.
I want to know who was behind that.
No,
like, who said, do you know what? We need to be on Just Eat.
They can't be making. It must be a gimmick. They can't really be making money from it.
You'd be surprised, because you know what it's like. I guess it's like if somebody's gone on a date with somebody, and the night is going really well, and you weren't expecting to be in each other's company for this long, and you order food. Well, let me order a side of like.
I'm sorry, but that's not what this podcast is about. But listen, not everything is automatic. They could also be manual. There's no reason that Just Eat and Love Honey should ever have to hook up. But they were basically saying, I've lost the link now. Okay, yeah. So they were basically saying that you can use your O break. It says to have a cup of tea, a moment of private pleasure, sex toys encouraged, or book in a much needed D or V appointment.
Oh,
that's what they said.
That's included too.
Yeah, so if you want not to have it, book it in. Let's say you have to go book the D appointment or the V appointment.
Okay.
Yeah. Like, what's wrong with these people? They're just encouraging all sorts.
That's just very nosy. Like,
imagine someone's like, "What did you? I just booked my D appointment."
Yeah, like it's just.
Do you know what
I just think it encourages certain things amongst employees that I'm just like, no.
Yeah, you shouldn't be encouraging. Like, there has to be talking about your sex. If sex is your business, talking about sex in general, fine. But talking about your personal sex life, no. There's no reason that you should have to do that at work. I've actually dealt with grievances about that kind of stuff. People oversharing, talking about what they did last night, who they did it with in the office, how they can't wait to, do X, Y, and Z with this person. And obviously they were just oversharing, but it made people uncomfortable, let alone tell them what that's disgusting. Yeah. I'm so sorry. Like, not the act, the doing it at work.
Yeah.
Even if you're working from home.
Don't need to know.
Yeah. Like, we are genuinely not animals. Listen, I messaged you this this week. Yeah, do you remember this weekend? I was
I'm
like,
waiting to see the correlation.
No. You remember I was like, that OnlyFans lady. I was like, is she really doing those things? Oh my gosh!
Do you know what?
I just randomly.
Do you know what's so funny about that? So basically, whenever anyone messages me on iMessage, it goes to, you know how it is. It goes to your iPad, phone, everything. So sometimes I'll be upstairs and my iPad will be downstairs. So then when I came down, my husband was like, "Why is Lola messaging you that?" And I hadn't even seen the message. I was like, "Oh my god, what are you talking about?"
What did you say?
So it's on her OnlyFans though.
No. I'm saying like,
I said, well, you know Lola. I was like, she just randomly messages anything she wants. So I couldn't tell you why that was on her mind.
So basically, for context, this is just, we are just deviating, but I don't really care. It is what it is at this point. what's the woman's name? Bonnie Blue,
something like that.
Anyway, if you know, you know.
Yeah.
She was on the Saving Grace podcast, which I don't know why she was there, but anyway.
And that's causing a lot of aggro for her at the moment as well.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. She was on this podcast. She's a sex worker. She's an OnlyFans creator. Is that what they're called? Creator. She's a creator. Yeah. OnlyFans creator, and she's basically been like causing a lot of controversy online, saying that she's basically going around to different unis for Freshers Week. She'll post her location and she'll have sex with as many guys as possible. And I messaged Velisa, because it was just been all over my For You page. I messaged Velisa, I was like, really random, yeah, we've never spoken about it. I said, really, do you think she's really doing that? And then your husband
he saw it, yeah. I was like, I think I replied to you saying, yeah, like
she posted it on her OnlyFans.
It's on her OnlyFans, yeah.
No, I still don't believe it.
You don't believe it?
No, because how long can the clip be? Like 3, 4, like she was saying that there was a time it was like 100 or something in a day. That's just not
how
possible.
They get people to subscribe though, to find out.
And then she said she was doing fathers and sons, uncles, Freshers. I think is actually quite predatory.
Yeah. That's why Grace, whose podcast it is, because she's supposed to go on I'm a Celebrity, Get Me Out of Here, is facing a lot of backlash because of that interview, because of that stuff.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Why is her name GK Barry? What's her name? GK Barry or Grace? It's the same person, right?
Yeah. I know the G stands for Grace. I don't know.
Yeah, but is that just her name online?
Yeah. GK Barry. Yeah.
Anyway, really deviated, but this is what happens when you invite sex into the workplace.
Basically,
you just get all sorts of conversations that you don't need to have.
No, for real, it's not even a joke.
Look how we've deviated.
It's true. Back to HR.
This was HR.
It was HR.
But yeah, so we don't support O-breaks at work.
Nah, not at all.
We don't think that they can lead to anything that is healthy or conducive
without
to...
sounding too prejudiced, I have watched a lot
Why do you keep doing this? Without sounding sexist, those fucking bitches.
Basically. But like, I've watched a lot of reality shows and with Australian people and people from New Zealand, and those are not people that you should be allowing to have things like O-breaks.
What does that even mean?
I mean, take from that what you will.
You know what it is? You watch too much Married at First Sight.
You're right. They are so tapped. They are the most tapped individuals.
You watch too much maths.
Maths UK, cool.
Because they be cheating. They be cheating.
Oh my God. It's so wild.
That's why.
I'm like, those are not people that need to be having O-breaks.
That's true. There's if maths is a good way to judge a country, I stand with you.
Thank you.
What would they say about the British people? I do think it's quite on brand though. Maths UK, I think is quite a good way to judge us.
No, it is.
Okay, so that was the first story. And then I sent you this video because I got really annoyed. I showed you this video of Elon Musk talking.
Silly guy.
Generally, I'd say Elon Musk needs to stop talking. I think we can all agree.
Yeah, I do think this podcast is a Elon podcast hate.
Yeah, Elon hate podcast. Yeah, it is. It is just it just is what it is. He needs to be. He's not a likable guy. There's. Listen, have you ever heard me talking about Bill Gates?
It's true. No.
I've barely even said Jeff Bezos' name in it. Like,
it's true.
It's not that I don't like billionaires. I just don't like him. So anyway, Elon is so tone deaf, and I'm actually gonna make a point of putting this clip in the video. Basically, Elon came out with he was doing some sort of interview, and the topic of working from home came up, and he basically said the working from home thing, the reason he wants people to work in the office, it's not just a productivity issue, it's a moral issue. He said the people that make the cars, like at Tesla, people that make the cars in the factories, they don't have the option of working from home. So why is it fair that me and you, HR professionals, should get to work from home when the people that are building the cars that we sell have to come to work and they have to come to the office? And he said, why did they have to come to work, but you don't? Come to work. Not come to the office, work. He's like, why do they have to work but you don't? And it's like, how can you be so rich and so successful but so dumb at the same time?
Listen, when I watched it, I said, this man doesn't believe what he's saying.
That's what-
He doesn't. And when he said laptop class,
Yes!
the laptop class people, you big billionaire are talking about laptop. What does that even mean?
Yes, he said this is the laptop class of. He said that they're delusional or like they've lost it. The laptop class. That's us. We're the laptop class.
Yeah.
Imagine a billionaire, calling us a class of a bill. He's talking about, oh, it's a moral issue. It's not fair. He is a billionaire. You're literally hoarding the world's wealth.
Literally.
Talking about the morality of people working from home. That is crazy.
Haven't solved
that
world
is
hunger.
crazy.
Hasn't done
someone
anything.
who has the ability to make a dent in world hunger.
That hasn't done a damn
Hasn't done
thing.
anything. Talking about morality and how it's so immoral for some people to get to work from home.
My thing is as well is just whatever we think of Elon Musk, you have enough intelligence to become a billionaire. Yeah.
I don't think that means anything. But go on.
And I just feel like that means, if people fix cars, they know they have to fix cars in person. Like if someone's chosen the correct career to build cars, they always knew that no matter what happens, that's my job. That's where I have to be.
Do you know what? I think, okay, let me give another example. NASA is in the business of going to space.
Yes.
So astronauts get to work from space when they're on the space station or whatever. That's not fair. Why don't I get to work from space? Like, we can all understand that not all jobs need to be done in all places.
Literally.
There are appropriate places for
And
people
it's nothing to do with morality.
work.
It's nothing to do with like.
He does not care about morality. That was the wrong argument.
Like, what is he talking about? Like, what are you actually talking about?
And do you know, when I watched that video...
Sorry, no, go on.
I was saying, when I watched that video, I got so flustered that I ended up researching about Elon Musk. I wanted to know, where did this man come from? Where did he come from? South Africa, South Africa, via Canada. And I was literally trying to learn, okay, at what point in his life
did he become
a moron?
Yeah.
I couldn't figure out.
He talks so much smack, and this whole election in the US, no matter what I do, I cannot avoid him on my Twitter timeline.
I think he's doing something to the algorithm.
No, 100%. That's why Cardi B told him to fix it.
Yeah.
He's always on it. But to be fair, I do believe that there is a laptop class.
Who are the laptop class?
I do believe there's a certain entitlement that hybrid and remote workers exude when it comes to. And this isn't me. I'm a Gen Z.
Not you. And
I know,
not you.
but
shoulder to shoulder with Elon.
But I do think there's a certain level of entitlement that the laptop class has.
Are you in the laptop class?
100%.
Okay, I'm just
100%. Like, really, we've spoken about it before. If a business said come in Monday to Friday, really and truly, that's how the world was working, right? Mm-hmm. So it shouldn't be so much of an uproar. But I can never in a million years see myself going back
to working
Monday to Friday in an office.
That the issue is not what businesses say if there's like work Monday to Friday. The biggest issue has been businesses like how they've done it and changing their minds. Like in any other big change, there's a phasing. Yeah. And also there are lots of businesses that are 5 days a week, and pretty much as soon as they could, they went back to 5 days a week. They know who they are. Yeah. The issue is that you had all these businesses pretending, oh, we're so flexible, we're remote forever, and suddenly you're remote never.
Yeah.
Like that's the issue. If one of these companies need to hire me, I can just tell them how to do it. Let's say I'm at Dell now. We say, okay, we want everybody in the office 5 days a week. I'm going to start telling people by 2027, everybody's in the office 5 days a week. We will slowly be phasing up. Let people be on notice. Do you know what I mean? We're working towards that. We're starting with 2 days in the office. 2025 will be moving to 3 days in the office. 2026 will be moving to 4 days in the office. By 2027, we are in the office full time. People can be packing their bags slowly. It's fine.
It's true.
Like, there is a way to do things. Yeah. Some people will, chill until the final moment, and then, but you can plan for that. That you can plan forecasts and all of that kind of stuff. But just come in tomorrow.
Which is what a lot of them are doing.
That's why people are like, but obviously they want people to leave.
Yeah, they do.
There was something came out about Amazon actually. They did some survey of Amazon employees, and a lot of them are planning to leave because of the working from the office thing.
Yeah, I saw an article actually of someone who was a program manager at Amazon, and they had been there, I think like 5 or 6 years. They got laid off, couldn't find another job. Another program manager job came up like a year later. It wasn't the original job she applied for, but she went through the process anyway, and they were treating her anyhow, like she hadn't worked there for 5-6 years doing a similar role. She got the job, and then I think it was like 3 months later, she got laid off again at Amazon. Yeah, it's on LinkedIn. There's her article. Mad.
Yeah. I know people have been made redundant from the same company twice.
That's out of control. That's ridiculous.
Every time I talk, I have to think who listens to this podcast. So, in a company that I used to work at, they have a director who was hired, then resigned, then was maybe like a year or so later was hired again, and kind of left less resignation-y this time, and then was brought back for a third time. And then when the third time happened, I remember asking the kind of bosses at the company, why are you doing this? Like, optically, obviously situations change, there's reason. Not saying the person's not good, but maybe the circumstances weren't right for them at the time to succeed, or lots of different things happen. But I'm like, how many times can you, like, I'm not someone that's afraid to fail, but also I am someone that has like small pride. Do you know what I mean? Like, how many times can you go and come from an organization before it looks bad? Like that, I think being laid off from a company and going back, I really don't have any issue with that. I think it is what it is, especially if you need money, you need to survive.
Yeah.
The second time they did it to me, you can never see me again. I don't care if it's in 10 years' time, I will never work for your company again.
You have to have shame.
You have to.
Yeah, you have to have shame. Like, no, absolutely not.
You have to. That's like when I was a grad, I think I said I wanted to apply for KPMG, but I was 20 UCAS points short. And again, I've got a degree now, but you're looking at my A-levels. But anyway, I was 20 UCAS points short, and they said that you can do like extenuating circumstances, or just explain why, like, you know, why you think the 20 UCAS points shouldn't matter. And I basically wrote in the box, like, you know, I don't necessarily have extenuating circumstances, but since I've been to uni, I've got a first class degree in accounting, which is what I'm applying for, blah, blah, blah. They said no. Really? And I vowed, listen, tomorrow, I will never work for KPMG. And then in 2022, they basically approached me about a role, like a contract, and the money was good. So I said, fine. I said, fine. But like, obviously, it's just what I'm saying. It has to be like, there has to be a good reason. Sometimes my pride will only take me so far. I know I have a number. I'm not one of these people. So even Miss Amazon here, what company was it? Amazon? Yeah. Miss Amazon. If it's a third time, listen, the money, it has to be correct. Don't let them come back to you trying to pay you the same money again. That's crazy.
You are something. It's reminded me of when we had a conversation about jobs not too long ago, and I told Lola about like a potential job offer versus Lola's Nigerian showed its head. Lola was just like, based on numbers, you're a better person than me, Velisa. She's like, I'll take it.
Velisa's like, I don't really think you're some ethical rubbish. Like, oh yeah, but you know, I just don't align with this and the way they. I said, listen,
yeah, I'm a good person.
For a certain amount,
I'm a good person.
No, but it wasn't ethically about the company. That was more of a pride thing, I think.
It was
like, you got to treat me like this. You got to treat me like that. And if you don't treat me like, I said, look, yeah. For certain money, you can mistreat me small, not too much. But for certain money, companies can mistreat me a little bit. That's really bad, isn't it? But just a little bit. It's not mistreatment. Listen, I can accept. The money has to be up to what I'm accepting. That's what I'm saying. You can't stress me, but if you pay me enough money, I can take a small amount of stress.
You're right. Everyone has a number.
You're right.
That wasn't my number. Uh-huh. That wasn't my number.
It touched my number for sure. For sure.
But yeah, everyone has a number.
You should have a number. I think that's fine.
Yeah. I agree.
Everyone has a number for certain things.
Yeah, it depends on the company and whatever it is.
And what I'm going to be doing. If the job is going to be hot, my thing, is like, is a big difference between like unethical things. Like if a company does something genuinely unethical, like I'm not really for it, even if they want to pay me lots of money.
Yeah.
But if it's like, oh, they're not that good at this and the communication could be better and all of that kind of stuff. What I can't stand is work that is hard. Like, I can do work that's challenging, but work that is unnecessarily hard. There's lots of obstacles in your way.
They don't make it easy
to
for
do
you.
small things takes so much time.
Yeah.
Nah, that's the kind of thing I can't do. That number is high. If you come and ask me to work, unsociable hours, work for certain countries, then the numbers is up.
Yeah, I agree.
Then talk about HelloFresh.
Okay. I felt like that was a good segue into the lazy girl job.
Oh yeah, let's talk about lazy girl job.
Okay, I'm gonna try and remember. I really want to bring up the TikTok, but basically, lazy girl job is people. It's a trend of people looking for jobs that basically you do the bare minimum, but you still get paid quite well. You still have good benefits, but you don't have the, you don't have the weight of, oh my gosh, I have to really do well in this job. You're just coasting. You're basically just coasting. You found a job that you can coast in, but still make good money and all of that stuff in.
Yeah. It's got a Wikipedia page now.
Does it?
I
What
just
does the
Googled
wiki
it.
say?
A lazy girl job is an easy, usually white collar job with good pay where an employee can quiet quit. The term was coined in 2023 by Gabrielle Judge, also known as anti-work boss.
Okay.
But yeah, so you can quiet quit. But I feel like you don't need to quiet quit because the whole job is like quiet quitting. Like the whole job doesn't require that much of you.
But I feel like, is it lazy girl job, or is that just people wanting more flexibility and, having different priorities after COVID? Or
who doesn't want a lazy girl or boy job?
Yeah, like
I think as people, we can also we want to get maximum money for minimum work.
Yeah. So is it a lazy girl job, or like
maybe it's only a lazy girl job if it might look like a lazy girl job to other people because they're working too hard for their money.
Like the old school tech TikToks.
Yeah. Oh, that was a good time for them, wasn't it?
It was.
Oh, look at me going down my slide.
I know. What a time. Oh yeah, look, I'm waking up and going to the office at 11 a.m. and leaving at 2.
We should have known that couldn't have lasted very long.
Yeah, for real. It's a damn shame.
You're working for billionaires. No, I would never get over Elon Musk saying that other people are unethical for wanting to work from home.
He's actually so funny.
Morality.
Do you want to talk about HelloFresh then?
Yeah, if I can remember the details. So basically, HelloFresh are a meal subscription cooking box. So basically, you order the ingredients. I think most people know what HelloFresh is now, but you order the ingredients and then you can cook it at home. They say it's like you reduce waste because they only pack you the stuff that you need to make the meal. And they are going through it online at the moment. So the first thing I saw from them actually was this woman she was in the US. I think she was in the US or the UK. I can't remember. But anyway, no, she was in the UK. And she got a HelloFresh box, and when it arrived, it was full of moldy food. So I think one thing had gone off, and like one bad apple. So like the cucumber had gone off, and the whole thing was just moldy. So she had messaged HelloFresh and basically said, this is moldy, and they offered her like a $5, which is what was equivalent to £3.53 or something.
Hilarious.
Voucher if she bought another 6 boxes.
That doesn't even make sense.
The whole thing was ruined, right? Anyway, and then that was just the start of it. But then they've got more bad press now because basically they have a factory in Nuneaton. Yeah. And they basically did like a mass layoff of people that have like not to say it'd be fine if they didn't have 2 years service, but they accused them of like not taking their breaks properly, and they basically just called them in and then they fired them. I think it was 5 at a time. They called them into meetings and then just said, you guys are being dismissed. You're not even no right to be accompanied. No, giving people notice, no telling them about the allegations, no opportunity to defend themselves, no right of appeal. And a lot of them are like immigrant workers. So they're like, they've come from other countries. I'd say like a lot of them maybe, they're not necessarily vulnerable, but they're vulnerable in the sense that they don't know, the UK job market as well. They're the kind of people that they say that it's nice to work there because they had a lot of friends there and stuff. Mm-hmm. But you can just tell, my perception of it is that if they were kind of another type of worker, they might have been more respected. That's what it felt like from the videos that we saw.
Yeah, I agree. I think they thought they could get away with it.
Yeah.
I don't think they thought those employees would do what they did with regards to speaking up and putting it on the internet. But HelloFresh, you should know better.
HelloFresh.
Like, you should.
That's crazy. Who? I always just think like, who? This is the reason people are not liking HR. It's why they hate us. Obviously, it's not us. There's managers and stuff involved as well. But like,
but still,
who signed that off?
Like, nobody in HR said, "Don't think this is the best way to do this."
Like, what's the law? What's the law? Who is in the HR? Because I genuinely think, yeah, and if anyone is listening to anyone, like, you know anyone that works at HelloFresh and you know the HR person that sanctioned that, you can definitely report them for that. Because it's literally breaking the law on purpose. There's no way that they signed up and then they were doing five at a time as the way to dismiss some. It's like that guy that dismissed everyone on Zoom.
Yeah. It's terrible. I would just expect better from HelloFresh based on like their target audience on what, though, as well.
Like working professionals.
Yeah, and also like I feel like a lot of these companies, they know that a lot of their audiences are now these people who, you know, they're very vocal about their political views. They're very vocal about sustainability. They're very vocal about all these different, you know, issues that we have in the world. And then now you want to lay off like all these like blue collar workers basically in such a horrible way, knowing that your target audience most likely will have an issue with you doing this if they found
in the way
out
that you're going to do it.
Like,
and so so they fired all these people saying that they had issues with how they were taking their breaks. Oh, and also apparently the working conditions are awful. It's very cold inside because obviously they have to keep the food very fresh. They have to ask to go to the toilet. They have to ask to go outside to kind of basically, imagine going outside to warm up in this country. That's crazy.
That's wild.
But they have to go outside to warm up or go to the toilet. They have to ask. Sometimes they're not allowed to go to the toilet. They're not allowed to go out. And they were basically saying that it's super degrading to be working in an environment where you can't even do basic bodily functions without having to ask somebody. Having to ask to go to the toilet is crazy.
That is wild.
Yeah. That's just crazy. But yeah, there was, I just remembered that from one of the videos I saw. And on top of that, they're proposing to close that factory. So, or plant, whatever they call it. Yeah. But it's like, is it a coincidence that you're dismissing all these people for alleged conduct just as you're about to close the plant? And do you know what I mean? It just feels like you don't want to pay redundancy. It's given that you don't want to pay redundancy pay.
And it won't even be that much. Like, shame on HelloFresh.
Yeah, honestly. Like that, genuinely, you know me, like, there's certain things, I can't boycott every company. But like, I would never order. The HelloFresh has too many competitors for me to hire from them when they just dismiss Auntie. Do you know what I mean? For me to buy from them.
Do you know what? Someone tweeted about how they had Farmer J's for the first time.
What's Farmer J?
Oh, do you not know Farmer J's? It's like the like corporate go-to lunch place, but it's quite.
Where is it?
They're everywhere. They're in Liverpool Street, like all the city type places, and people love it. But all the quote tweets were saying, oh, you know, the person who owns it is a Zionist and all of this stuff. So people like, you know, I boycotted Farmer J's recently and stuff. And I get it, but yeah, like boycotting everything it's
exhausting.
It is exhausting. It is.
But I can boycott my 2 or 3. Like if it's something that actually resonates with me and I really care about it, I can easily boycott them. And yeah.
Do you have anything that you've boycotted?
That I've boycotted and stood by?
Yeah.
Nah, there's a couple of things that I tried to boycott because they actually just pissed me off personally, like ASOS, but I knew that was never going to stick because, you know,
that's terrible.
ASOS don't care about it. It's because they kept giving my packages to Every and Hermes. So I said I'm not going to buy from them, but then I realised that the reason they do it is because they know that I'm not going to stick by my word.
Basically.
I'll be back there. What else? I'm sure there are some Perk Cosmetics.
That particular shop.
Generally, I do try to. I have like a black owned hair shop near me, and I try to go there when I can.
I think I know which one you're talking about.
It's in Forest Hill. But yeah, not really. I don't think there's anything. I'm sure there will be something that I don't. I'm sure there's something. I can't think about it. No, where I am, yeah. Where related, unrelated. So there's in Catford. There's this thing called Catford Muse.
Yeah.
And it's basically a cinema and it's like kind of like a community space. It's owned by the same people that own Peckham Levels.
Oh, okay.
And then, which I just found out recently, I'll tell you why. And then there's one in Ealing called the Ealing Project.
Okay.
I follow Catford Muse. It opened, I can't remember when it opened, like maybe like 2019 is when I first heard about it, and I didn't even go there until like 2022 or something. But the cinema is sick. Like, it's small cinema, but it's much better. Like, I remember I went to the Odeon in Beckenham, and I said I will never go back there because
Odeon Beckenham is ghetto.
It's so and it's in Beckenham.
Yeah,
so I was like,
but it's been there for a long
it's
time.
so ghetto. So that's the closest cinema to me. And then the other closest cinema to me was in Catford.
Okay.
Mews. So of the two choices, even though I get free, I can go to Odeon in Beckenham for free, and I would still choose to pay to go to Catford Mews. Yeah. I watched Nope there. You told me not to watch it.
I did.
Yeah, and my boyfriend, he forced me in it. So not only was it a terrible cinema,
Really
but it was a terrible film. Anyway, so I go there now. I really like it. Like, it's like £7 for a ticket. Like, super good. They are getting shut down because they've got rent arrears of 65,000.
Damn.
The reason I know that is because they posted on the story. Everyone's trying to keep they're trying to keep them going, and I would genuinely contribute money to keep that thing open. But so they have started releasing all these statements. Lewisham Council, they're the ones that own the building. They're evicting us. They don't care. This community space, blah blah. Lewisham Council now said, okay, cool, we can go hem for hem. That's what they said, and they released a statement. And I follow Lewisham Council on Twitter, so it came up. The statement is so petty. I just thought, who works for you?
Really?
They literally, it was like a dragon match. Yeah, it was just crazy. So basically, this is what they wrote in the statement. Everything that these people said, most of the things that these people said are untrue.
Okay.
They are they said the number, they're 65,000 behind in their rent.
Okay.
Yeah. They haven't made any real effort to try and pay that money. They expect us to subsidize them. Yeah.
Okay.
It's not fair. There's other businesses that pay their rent.
Okay.
Yeah. And then they said they also own Peckham Levels and they own Elim Project, and both of those have gone into administration. So clearly they have it's a pattern.
Wow.
Yeah, it's clear a pattern of not paying rent and expecting people to subsidize them, which is not fair. They were just airing all their dirty laundry. What else did they say? They were just saying all this stuff like they basically are running their business really poorly financially. They're an enterprise. It was just, I just felt like they were just washing all their dirty laundry in public. And it seemed like it was written by someone who obviously had responsibility but felt very personally offended.
Yeah.
And I was just like,
They must have been there a long time.
Yeah. And I was just like, this couldn't have been signed off by, it just felt
Someone
like,
with sense.
it just felt like this is very unprofessional. It was a very unprofessional statement from Lewisham Council.
I'm not surprised. Lewisham.
Lewisham was a mess. That's my borough. But yeah, it was really unprofessional. And I was really shocked at how unprofessional it was. Like, even some of the facts, the facts had no point other than to embarrass the company or to make them look bad.
It wasn't constructive.
It wasn't constructive.
Yeah.
It was just, it was like, oh, we're going to embarrass you. We're going to the only thing was just to undermine that organization. And I was like, yeah, pay your rent, but that's not what Lewisham should be doing.
At all. But you're shocked?
Listen, I've dealt with Lewisham and I'm still waiting for a new wheelie bin since 2019.
2019?
I ordered a wheelie bin. I've ordered a wheelie, like my wheelie bin is missing the lid. It's been missing the lid since I moved in 2019. Oh, I have ordered one of those wheelie bins a year. None has ever come to my house. Yeah, so if you work at Lewisham and you can get me a wheelie bin.
Damn.
Let's talk about it. Yeah, so those are all the things I wanted to cover.
I mean, I love that.
Yeah.
We did well. You did well.
No, we did well.
Yeah.
I hope you feel better soon.
Honestly, like, it's only God
Honestly.
that I'm here. Because, yeah.
Tickets.
The alternative Christmas party. Woo!
I can add like cheering. You say that.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
Please get your tickets to that because we're going to have a blast. We're going to have a good time. And I don't want you people coming to social media to say, oh, how did I not see this? Like, no.
You've heard it. You've seen it.
Exactly. Go and get your ticket.
There will inevitably be the last minute people.
Yes.
But I won't feel bad for them.
Me either.
Because they've had enough. We've done this enough times now for them to know.
Big facts.
Cool. See you next one.
That's a wrap, guys.
Bye.